Let's talk invoice and receipt management for your real estate business. There are a lot of different ways to handle your receipts and invoices. You can keep your receipts in a paper shoebox or a folder, or you can get some type of app for your phone and manage it there and have everything 100% digital. I'm here to tell you that email is the best way to do it. 3 reasons. Reason number 1, it's free. Reason number 2, it's built into everything already. It's built in on your computer, it's built in on your phone, there's no apps to get or any other system to think about and manage. And reason number 3, a lot of your receipts and invoices are already coming via email. Obviously, if you order anything from like Amazon.com or Walmart.com for your business, you get a digital receipt. If you even go in store, places like Home Depot, you can get it set up so that they can email you a receipt. And I'm sure you've seen when you go pay for food, it'll ask you, do you want a print receipt or an emailed receipt? You type that email in there once, and every time you use your card there, it will save that email and email you a receipt. I know for me, a lot of vendors and contractors that I work with are now sending me emailed invoices for what I have to pay, so it comes right via email. And I even have my mail, my paper mail, coming to my email. I'll have another video on that about virtual mailboxes. But everything is already going towards a trend where it wants to come towards your email anyway. So let's utilize that. It's really important that you set up a brand new email address. This is going to be an email address only used for your receipts and invoices for your business. And I would set up an individual one for each business that you have. So I like to use gmail.com for a couple different reasons. The first reason is it's easy to use. The second reason is it has a lot of integrations, particularly with its own software like Google Drive. As far as creating the email, I usually like to do something that is the business name books@gmail.com. So my business is called Doable Living LLC. So I do Doable Living Books@gmail.com. As far as creating the account, you hit create account and don't hit the one to manage your business because that'll take you down a different route. Just hit the one for yourself and go through the prompts and create the email address. When you're setting up a password, I always like to set the password as something different than my other passwords. It's something I don't mind sharing because whether I need to do it now or I need to do it later, at some point, somebody else might need access to this email, a bookkeeper, an accountant, somebody. So I usually like to make the password something generic. So this is my email that I have set up for my rental business. So a lot of things are flowing in here. So apartments.com is where my rental payments come in and they will hit here. So I know what tenant's paying me on which time. I have, like I mentioned, Home Depot here. So I have my Home Depot set up to send me a receipt every time I do a transaction. Some of these are just from me. So these are pictures that I took of receipts that I emailed to myself. We'll also see some stuff that just gets automatically emailed here. So after you get your email box set up, how do you get receipts to your email without it being a hassle? Number 1, if the business can send you an email directly, sign up for that. For example, Home Depot, like I mentioned, will send you a receipt electronically. A lot of new businesses that have digital cash registers will give you that option to have the receipt emailed to you. If you don't have that option, what I do is I will go into a store, print out my receipt. I will handwrite on the top of the receipt what property it's for because I need that for the IRS to be separate per property. Or if it's not associated to any property, I'll write no property on the top. Anyway, I'll do that at the cash register and I will take a picture right there before I leave the store. Take a picture right there and email it off. And that way I know I have it and I'm done. One quick tip is if you add your receipt email into your phone as a contact, at least with the iPhone, what it'll do is when you're going to send that photo, it will come up as a favorite and it'll make it easier and faster to send it. One thing you can do is you can actually automate this whole process and have something in the background going through your photos and searching for the ones that are receipts and automatically sending them to that email, but that is something for another video. One issue that comes up is you change your email address to your receipt email address and then all your stuff starts going there. Your password resets, stuff that's maybe a little bit more private. So a couple different ways around it. Most businesses that work with other businesses will have an option for you to put in a billing email, which is different than your account email. So check to see if that's an option. Then only your receipts and billing stuff will go to your receipt email. Another thing, if you don't have the ability to separate your general email from your billing email, is you just send it all to your old email address, your regular email address, and then from that email address, you can set up a filter to automatically forward only the billing related things to the receipt email address that you just set up. So I can show you how that works. So this is just my main regular email box, and I think I have Home Depot set up like this. So for example, if I search Home Depot, you're going to see a bunch of things come up. So things about statements, some verification code, my password's been updated, but every once in a while you'll see things like this one, your electronic receipt. So I only want these ones to be forwarded to my other receipt email address. I don't want any of this other stuff to be forwarded. So I would have to redo the search so that only these come up. So let's try Home Depot electronic receipt. Okay, this search is actually pretty good. So you see when I search Home Depot electronic receipt, this is all that comes up. So from here, what I can do is I can go to show search options, and I can create a filter. And again, these are the different things you can do. So if you wanted to get more specific, you could do the from email address, the subject. There's a bunch of different ways. So I hit create filter, and what I want to do is I want to forward it to, and I'm going to drop down, and right now I have Doable Living Books. So I'll select that and hit create filter, and then I'll also hit, at least for me, I like to hit skip the inbox so I don't have the email in two different places, so it'll only be there. If nothing comes up here, you have to hit add forwarding address, and then it'll send something to that other email address and have you verify a code. So that's pretty much it for receipt management. Set up the email address, route everything to that one email address. And yes, it's a little bit of work up front to set up those filters and get things automatically forwarded and change email addresses, but the magic is once you do it once, it's set up ongoing. So the other thing I like to do is I have something set up in the background where everything that comes in for a particular month automatically gets saved to a Google Drive folder, which is pretty cool. So everything for the month of, let's say, March 2023 will get saved in a Google Drive folder called March 2023. So, 5 years from now when the IRS audits you, you could just, pull up that folder and just give them everything that came in. Here you go. The other cool thing is once it's in Google Drive, you can search both the text in the email and the text within the attachment. So if you took a picture of your phone of something that said, let's say the transaction total was $24.95, you can search $24.95, and even if it's just in the picture you took, it will still pull that up. So the ability to search is really powerful too. So that's it. That's what I like to do, and that's what I'd recommend for everybody.